Look at that. Look, wait. Just strut a little bit. Twirl around. Yeah.
Nice. Say shepherd. Work it, girl.
Shepherd. I am Grogan. I can't be held responsible for anything I do.
That's not good.
Smile, sir. You're on camera.
Lot here. 1 week ago, we're amazed, shocked, and pretty much in love when I went to go watch Adult Swim, and there was Toonami.
There it was indeed.
So at first I was just like, oh man, they're bringing Toonami back, you know, for the night and everything, and it's cool. And then I noticed, oh my god, there's a Mass Effect 3 review on here. So they actually brought you out and made you do the new lines, and I was wondering if you could tell us if maybe we can hope to see more of that in the future or not.
Well, I don't know anything more than you guys do at this point. It was an April Fool's joke. I mean, that was the original intention. It was also, I think, just a way to sort of gauge to see if anybody was really going to pay attention after, 4 years being off the air. And people paid attention. So I was up all night on Twitter. I don't know if you guys followed my feed, but I was talking to you guys out there that night, setting everything up. And the response was so overwhelming that Adult Swim took notice. They sent out a Twitter thing the next day with a hashtag #BringBackToonami. So if you want to bring it back, it's up to you guys at this point. And you need to write into Cartoon Network, write into Adult Swim, hit the Twitter feed, hashtag #BringBackToonami. And if they get enough response, I have a feeling we could bring it back. So, and if they do, I'm in.
Thank you. I really liked your voice work for Gridlock in Guild Wars 2.
Thank you.
And I was wondering, for you, what's it like doing a very bestial character as opposed to a very human character like Mugen? And then, can you do a Gridlock for us?
Yeah, probably. I don't know if I have anything for Ritlock that I wrote down. I remember he yelled a lot. Oh, I have something. Okay, and to address the first question, I started out doing creature voices. My very first thing was on a show called The Guyver, and I was a zoonoid, ripping the arms off of another zoonoid. And so that's kind of my specialty, so to get back to the beast kind of feels good for me. And I do have something for Ritlock. Here we go. I didn't have it memorized, I apologize for that, but I'm a voice actor, so nobody cares. It was also one of the very few characters where they lowered my pitch electronically, so it's not going to sound exactly like it does, but it'll be pretty close.
Char, bow to no adversary. With the clamor of anvils and the thunder of guns, we rip each day from life's teeth. For the Legion!
Thank you.
Hi. I was just wondering, you are playing Amon in the Legend of Korra.
Yes, I
I was going to ask, are you excited to work on
am. I'm so excited. I brought a trailer with me. Can we run number 3, the Amon, the Legend of Korra piece? Okay. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'm playing Amon, who's the bad guy in this with a face mask. So check it out. Steve.
Sir.
Yeah, that'll work.
I've seen in most anime shows that featured you in it, and I think all the characters you played. My first favorite is Roger Smith from Big L, and then there's Spike from Cowboy Bebop, and my other favorite is Mugen. We all know him. Now, of all the anime role and cartoon and video game roles that you played, which one was a challenging one?
They're all challenging in different ways. I don't know. I would say that Spike in the movie was really challenging for me in the scene. Did you guys see the Cowboy Bebop movie? Yeah! In the scene where he's in the jail cell opposite Elektra, and it's kind of a really quiet, emotional moment for him. He's kind of bringing back the love that he lost and that sort of thing. That was a really weird place for Spike to go for me. So just as an actor, that was a tough thing for me to do. And it was pretty early in my acting career. I didn't really have my chops together, so I didn't think I could pull it off. So that was a little bit rough. The only other thing that I would say that's sort of taxing for me physically is anytime I have to scream. So in pretty much any kind of battle game, which obviously I do a lot of that kind of work, the screaming really takes a physical toll, and it takes me a day or two to recuperate sometimes.
Well, I recently bought Scryed,
Oh, yeah.
featuring Kazuma.
Talk about a character where I had to scream my guts out every single episode. Yeah, Kazuma was a screamer. Yeah, so thanks for bringing that pain.
You're welcome.
Okay.
After only 2 seasons.
Well, I wasn't involved in any of the politics that took Toonami away in the first place. It was a political thing, I'm sure, and they couldn't get the programming. That was the other thing, is that they just didn't have enough network support to get the programming they needed, so it became a Naruto-a-thon at the end. And people were upset. It just didn't have a lot of the old shows, and they changed the shape of the character, and a lot of people didn't vibe with that. So there were a lot of reasons that it sort of ran its course. And they just ended it for their reasons, and I was really left out of that loop. Literally, I am a voice monkey. That's all I do. I'm just a voice guy. I have no choice in how the politics lay. What was the other question?
Why did they stop making IGPX after only 2 seasons? You voiced Alex Cunningham.
Yes, IGPX is a really cool show, and we didn't get the viewership that we needed to sustain it. So people had to watch, and they weren't. So not enough people, as far as I know. That was what was told to me. So I would have liked to continue with that show. I thought it was really cool.
It was.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
My question for you is when I watched Naruto, when I was back into it, I did notice that you had played Orochimaru, and the character.
Did I creep you like that?
and for me, that character kind of creeps me out. No. But my question to you is, what did it feel like to sort of kind of twist your voice into that character?
Delicious. That was really fun. It was really fun. It was so creepy. I didn't know if I was the right guy for the job when I first saw the character, and I heard the original Japanese voice. I was thinking, I can't come close to that. But they kind of let me play with it for a while, and it was so creepy. The people in the booth when I was auditioning for that were kind of squirming in their seats and went, oh, that's really icky. He's our man. Yeah. So it kind of worked out, but yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
And very delicious.
To look out for the Mike and Brian's Avatar series, or were you scouted from them?
They held a regular audition process, like they do for most big cartoons. It was through my agency. It was probably a nationwide thing. I don't know, but I auditioned. I don't even remember how I auditioned for that. I think I did it from my home studio. I sent in my audition, got a call back for it, read again, and then they chose me for the role. And I squealed like a little fangirl. I've seen some of it. I haven't seen a lot of it, and I saw it out of sequence too. I didn't even hardly watch my own shows. I only saw Cowboy Bebop 2 years ago for the first time. So yeah, I'm busy. I work a lot, and I'm driving around. I live in LA, and most of my job really is driving around from session to session or doing auditions. And then at night I'm doing auditions also. I don't really have much of a social life. I don't have a lot of time to follow 26 episode series, especially when I'm working on a lot of them. And even less so with games. I just don't have the time to do it. So you guys know a lot more about what I do than I do. Thank you.
Since I cannot hack your eyes, I have to use this simple mask.
The laughing man. Nice. You guys know what that is? Ghost in the Shell, baby. That's awesome.
Second comment, I just fan-gassing seeing that trailer.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
It's been told to me, I now can believe this, knowing that your vocal range from the various characters played, but this weird character from Trigon episode 5, the father of the Nebraska family, did you do that voice of that character?
I certainly did. Good ear. Very good ear.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I was writing for that show, and and I wrote myself in for that character. They let me do that. I loved him so much. I thought he was cool. So.
All right. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
I love you, Dad.
Love you too, son.
Okay, so I just finished Mass Effect 2, and I absolutely love the character Grudge, so I was wondering...
Thank you.
But yeah, so I was wondering, what is the difference between voice acting for anime and voice acting for video games?
Oh, it's very different actually. For anime, I'm in a room by myself, kind of padded room, because they don't trust me otherwise. Well, anime is just a lot more technical. We're watching what's going on the screen, we're watching time codes, we're listening for things that the directors are giving us, and we have to fit it in to what was done before, and hopefully honor the original Japanese intent. With video games, especially for games like Mass Effect, we get to sort of create them in the booth. We have a director with us who holds context, since the script is like, 20 million pages long. The director, I rely on the director very heavily to tell me what I'm doing in every scene, and then they just give the lines and say go, and I scream as loud as I can, for as long as I can. So it's and also we have to do a lot more lines. In a typical episode of an anime, I would do maybe 40, 50 lines of my character. We do it maybe 1 or 2 times each. In a typical video game session, I'll do sometimes 600 lines, and we'll do those 3 to 5 times each. So we just have to keep going so fast because the universe is so huge. So technically, it's just a whole different animal.
Yeah, do you have a little bit of grunt prepared, or?
Yeah, it's going to sound just like Gridlock. It's funny. They tweak the voice a little bit on those. So yeah, I think I have some grunt in here. I can't remember all these things. Oh, I know I have some grunt. Where is he? Help me, mama. Here he is. Okay.
I'd never stab you in the back, Shepard. Warriors like you and me, straight to the face. I have clan, kin, and enemies to fight.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Very well, sir. How are you?
First of all, I want to thank you for coming to Seattle.
Thank you for having me in Seattle. I love you guys.
I have a question and I have a request.
Yes.
My question is, do you think you could tell us some of your upcoming game work that you have coming up?
I'm not allowed to talk about upcoming games unless they give me the okay, and I actually have to sign a legal document that says I won't talk about it. So Guild Wars 2 is coming. It's going to be coming pretty soon, I think, finally, the new stuff. Yeah, game stuff, other game stuff, I got literally probably a dozen more games that are coming. Probably at the end of this year and some next year, and I have to wait till they're officially announced at the gaming conventions. The biggest upcoming thing that I have is Korra. That's what I can talk about right now, and I can't even tell you any more than what the trailer told you. So they literally swear us to secrecy.
That's a bummer, but I can understand that. So, but my request is you play a character on Black Ops in Zombies.
Yes.
And there's a comment you make when you kill a zombie. You basically call him a bitch. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you could recite that line.
I don't know what that line is, but he usually says something like, "Die, freak bag, meat sack, bitch!" Sorry, moms and dads. He said it first.
It's the one where you say Z to the I to the A, zom bitch.
D to the I to the A, zom bitch is what I said? Oh, God, I didn't remember that. I remember him complaining that they got blood on his shoes. That was something he complained about often, yeah. D to the I to the A, zom bitch. D to the I to the A, zom bitch! Something like that. Did you guys hear our Christmas album? We actually did a zombie Christmas album as the Call of Duty guys. In Call of Duty Black Ops, there were these 4 guys, for those of you who don't know the game, and our function was to kill zombies through that section of the game. And we actually took some well-known Christmas carols, and we made them all about killing zombies. And we had to take it off of YouTube because we got in big trouble for doing it. So we did it for free, we did it for fun, but we got in big trouble, so we probably won't do it again, but it's still up there somewhere. You can probably find it.
Okay, I love your work on Rage, and thanks again.
Thank you.
I wanted to know what your experience was like coming back to Toonami for the night.
It was awesome. They called me about 2 weeks before they were going to do this stunt, and they asked me if I'd be interested. I said, how long do I have to get down to the studio? I mean, I was in the car with the keys going, No, I was really, really excited. I love Toonami as much as you guys did, and especially later on when I found out that I sort of raised all of you. I'll kind of be in your way. I did all those sessions, all the Toonami bumps and everything else. I did from a studio by myself over the phone with the guys in Atlanta. And so I never really saw what was going out there. I never really got much feedback as to who was watching and how many people were affected by it. And I started going to conventions several years back, and all of a sudden people kept coming up to me saying, you know, you're the voice of my childhood and stuff. And it's like, what? Really? There are that many people watching? And so it was crazy for me to find out how many people Toonami affected. And so to get the chance to do that again that night was amazing. Did you guys see it on April Fool's? Did you see it?
We saw big parts of it!
For those of you who did not see it on April Fool's, you want to see the intro? Yeah! Okay. Hey, Mr. AV guy back there, would you be able to play the Toonami intro? It was number 2, I think. We did that night right in the Bleach, and we took over the whole night on Adult Swim, and people went nuts. It was really fun, yeah.
And then in certain voice talent that you have, can you please go ahead and tell us what Toonami rates Sakura-Con?
What was that?
In your certain voice talent that you have, can you please tell us what Toonami rates Sakura-Con?
Oh, on a scale from 1 to 10, Toonami rates Sakura-Con a 10 out of 10, baby. Only Toonami. Stay gold.
How's it going, Steve?
Excellent.
Well, I just want to start out by saying thank you for raising me.
You've come out very nicely, my son.
I'm very certain everyone can relate, saying that you not only voiced my entire childhood, but my adult life as well.
Wow, that's kind of creepy. I am the voice in his head. Is your mom here? Because I want to apologize to her.
No, but I do have a question. What was your hardest gig to get, and what was your easiest one?
Well, they're all hard to get. So, you know, I don't really look at it that way. Tom was one of the ones that was actually easier for me to get, I think, only because the guys that put together Toonami from William Street were fans of Cowboy Bebop. And so we spoke at, I think it was Anime Expo or someplace. We went out for a beer and they said, would you be interested in doing this thing we're putting together? And I said, are you kidding me? Of course. And that Megas XLR was another one that they kind of tracked me down a little bit. But everything else, I have to audition like everybody else. And I'm not one of those guys that'll do an audition and then just cry if I don't get it. I just do the audition, I let it go, and I go on to my next thing. So I don't really know how hard things are necessarily, because I have to let that go or it makes me nuts. And for those of you who are aspiring voice actors, you gotta do that or you drive yourself insane. If you do an audition, just leave it alone, let it go out into the universe.
And one last thing.
Yes, sir.
Are you all right with signing this picture of Leron from...
I would love to, hon, but we're going to do an autograph session at 6 o'clock, right? 6 o'clock tonight. We're doing an autograph session from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and there's going to be tickets, I think, available in here. Some of you already have your tickets. Does everybody have tickets? Yeah! The autograph session, I'll sign whatever you want, hon.
Steve, do the Leron line.
What's that?
Do the Leron line you have.
The Leron line? You guys want to hear some Leron? When you screw it in, give it a hard, manly twist. Again, sorry, Mom.
I didn't even know you swung that way.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, good. So I got a two-part question for you and then a request.
Okay.
So I am currently a huge fan of your Starscream.
Thank you.
So first part of the question is, and this will probably be short because it's probably a lot of stuff you can't say, but is there any kind of slight hint you can give at the possibility of Starscream reuniting with the Decepticons?
If I told you that, I would be probably minus my T-cog. Oh wait, I already am, aren't I? I can't say anything. I can't give away any plot stuff because there are laser beams trained at the back of my head right here. My head will just explode.
I'll take the bullet.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch. Transformers Prime on the Hub, people.
So doing the character, I personally feel that you've done one of the best interpretations since the original Chris Latta.
Wow, thank you.
How much? What is it like? What is your particular favorite aspect of that character? Like, what do you really kind of draw on? What do you like the best about Starscream?
I think it's probably his masochistic nature.
What I enjoy most about Starscream is when he gets beaten up and things torn off of him and torn out of him, and he sort of goes to that girly place, kind of in the higher register where Chris Latta used to play him, which was much higher in timbre. So I like that. I like when he gets hurt, and apparently the audience does too. So it was funny because the producers came up to me and they said when we were starting to record season 2, they said we got really sick with Starscream because all of us really like to see him in pain, and so this season you're going to be in a lot of pain, and we're going to be sitting over there enjoying it. So yeah, that's probably my favorite thing, and his heels are nice too.
Right, so, are you familiar with the original Transformers animated movie?
Yes.
Could I get a Starscream saying, "Oh, how it pains me to do this"?
In my version of...
In your...
Okay.
Oh, how it pains me to do this.
What did you think about the Mass Effect 3 ending?
Well, I'm not a gamer, so I have no opinion on it. And the opinion that I gave on Toonami was that of the guys who wrote that copy for me, who are geniuses, and I think it was a pretty fair analysis. Do you guys agree with the analysis they gave? It was an 8.5 out of 10, I think it was. And a lot of people have been complaining about the ending. I couldn't tell you either way, because I don't know, if they jumped the shark or not, but I heard rumblings that they might do an alternate ending, so who knows.
Okay, I really appreciate it, Steve.
Thank you.
I love you, man.
You too,
Hi, Steve. I just want to say I flew all the way from Maine, a couple thousand miles to see you.
Give him a hand. Did you come in a plane?
I had JetBlue money to use up
JetBlue,
before it go
okay.
bad.
I'm glad you
I just wanted to ask, it's probably a stupid question, a question we may know the answer to, but I wanted to ask you, who'd win in a hand-to-hand fight? Spike Spiegel or Malcolm Reynolds?
Do I even have to answer that? I mean, honestly, Spike, baby. You'd never see it coming.
Hey, Steve.
Hey.
One of my favorite voice actors on the planet, of course.
Thank you very
as
much.
I'm sure you are for many, if not everyone in the room here. You did Moses and Dr. Aston Collins in Blood Plus, my favorite
Yes.
anime. What's it like doing multiple roles, especially such different roles in several in your works?
I like changing it up. I like having different roles. In fact, I like playing different roles opposite each other in the same scene. I like that challenge. And for me, especially in anime, it becomes kind of automatic because I've been doing it for so many years. So when I have that extra added challenge of having the two characters in the same scene, I like that. But again, it's the masochist in me, I think. So it's not easy. It's really not easy to keep them separated in the head. But I do enjoy that a lot.
Thank you very much.
Cool, thank you.
Hey, Steve.
Hey.
As a favor to me, could you please explain the ending of Big O? Maybe like in 50 words or something?
I have no idea what happened in the beginning of Big O. That show was so confusing to me. None of us even understood what was going on in the studio. There were things with tomatoes. I don't know. Are we tomatoes? Are we nuts? I have no idea. No clue. If anybody here understands what Big O was about, maybe explain it to me, and then we can all know together. I have no idea.
Batman with a mobile suit.
There you go, Batman with a mobile suit. You can point it down at you. Hi. My number is 42.
Okay, so...
How you too?
My heart hasn't been beating this fast since I lost my virginity. It didn't beat this fast.
Was that today? No. Just checking. I don't know. I lost mine. No. I'm a Sakura-Con virgin. So.
Welcome.
Thank you. So I lost mine yesterday.
A friend of mine is trying to make a video game, and he wants me to be the main character that he's making as a voice actor. Do you have any tips for me?
Drink a lot of water. Is it gonna make you scream?
I have no idea yet.
Yeah, just take your time and don't let them hurt you. If you feel a lot of pain, honestly, I mean, if it's your first time doing something like this and there's a lot of screaming, pace yourself because you could injure yourself and you could injure yourself for a lifetime. So just pace yourself, drink a lot of water, and get a lot of sleep.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
All right, bud. And good luck with that.
Something else, would there be any way at all, if you had time, that you could be a voice in the game?
I'm a union actor, so I'm not allowed to do non-union projects, which I imagine you guys don't have a big budget for this thing and you're not able to do it through a main studio, so I probably couldn't do it. But if you did it as like a little demo or something, or a free game that you would offer online or something like that, that I could probably do, if I have time. And it's a short role.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Really appreciate it.
All right.
I love you.
All right, man. I love you too. Thank you.
Hi, Steve.
Nice moves. That was good. Hi.
Hi, Steve. So, I just wanted to know if we could take a quick moment to talk about this show, Spectacular Spider-Man.
Spectacular Spider-Man. One of my favorites.
And of course, you played Chameleon. More importantly, you played the news reporter. And even more important than that, you were Green Goblin. And I don't want to spoil the ending for anyone, because if you haven't watched it, you really need to watch it. It's good. But needless to say, there is a connection between Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin.
Yes, there is.
Of course, Norman Osborn was played by Alan Rackins. And I want to know, like, did you work with him at all? With the characters?
Yeah, I met him. We were in the same studio, but they had him at a different session time. It was a huge cast on that show. We had a gigantic cast. And so they try to fit in as many of us as they possibly can. And for his sessions, he came in at a different time, so we sort of passed each other in the hall. And I fanboyed on him for a minute, and then he went in and did his thing. I at least got to meet him, but I wasn't in the same room when we were working.
You're both great. I do hope you get to play, you have the opportunity to play the Goblin again.
I love Green Goblin. You guys like Green Goblin? Thank you.
Greetings, your epicness. This is a twofold question. One, what's your take on the brony scene? And secondly, of all the anime characters you have voiced over the years, what's the most epic line you've said out of one of them?
Bronies are cool. I love bronies.
Yeah.
Tara Strong is a great friend of mine, and so I support bronyism across the world.
Wonderful.
And the other question was, what was the most epic line for me?
Yeah.
Oh man. 5 minutes. Bang.
Excellent.
Yeah, this is easy.
Rock on,
It
man.
wasn't easy. We cried. That was hard.
Rock on.
So that made it epic. Right. That kind of hurt inside. Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
You're awesome in Resident Evil Deep Generation. Even though your role was like minor, I still loved it. Also, you're awesome as Zabu Zabu Mochi Man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This guy is my new best friend because I had an autograph session the other day that was sort of thrown in at the last minute, and we didn't realize there was a close sign out front. And so Danny was the only one that ventured on in. And so we got a chance to get to know each other. So everybody give Danny a big round of applause, please.
And what was it like to be with Johnny Young Bosch and Crispin Freeman?
Well, you mean like in a hot tub?
I mean, working.
No, I love those guys. They're two of my great friends in this industry. Both of them are fantastic actors, and they're really cool people.
Well, Johnny was also a Power Ranger.
Johnny was a Power Ranger. Johnny will always be a Power Ranger for me. And he has an awesome band. Did you guys know that Johnny Young Bosch is a amazing... We have 1 minute. Oh, one question. Okay. He's an amazing musician. He's got a band called I Shine.
Yeah!
And so, yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with that, check him out. And Crispin is like the craziest genius I've ever met. He does these panels all over the world that are instructional. He's got mythology stuff that he talks about. So if you get a chance, check out Crispin Freeman's mythology panels. Very cool.
Thanks, everyone, and have a good day.
Awesome. Danny, ladies and gentlemen. All right, one more question.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a two-part question.
Yes.
Are you in Bleach by any chance?
I am not in Bleach. That is false information.
Darn, because I read somewhere you were the voice of Himi Chica.
No, I'm not. Only in my mind. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming out. 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock is my autograph signing. Tell a friend, and thank you guys. See ya.